Good morning. We're going to go over the answers to quiz number 2. Let's go ahead and dive into it. The first question is, what happens when this code runs? Oops. And if we look at the code, we can see this is probably another hoisting question. And every question in this quiz will be about hoisting and testing your understanding of that. So let's take a look. We have a function say hello. This is a function declaration, and the entire function declaration gets hoisted up. So if we look at our cheat sheet over here, we have function expressions, no, but function declarations, they do get hoisted. And the entire function body is hoisted. So that's good to know. And then hoisted, yes. Usable before declaration, and also yes. That's because everything gets hoisted up, and JavaScript then sees this as essentially sitting above say hello. So say hello will run, and when that does, we will get hello is logged. All right, question number 2. What are the two outputs here? We have console log type of foo, console log type of bar, and then we have a function expression here and another function declaration. We learned from the last question that declarations do get hoisted and function expressions do not. Right? So not hoisted if assigned to a variable like var, let, or const. Right? So if we were to copy this code, JavaScript would see, fingers are in the wrong keys, var foo undefined. So foo actually looks like this to JavaScript. So type of undefined will actually be undefined. If you look down here, usable before declaration, var is hoisted and the value is undefined. So we'll get undefined here. And then bar, like the last question, bar is valid, type of bar. It's a function declaration. It's usable, so we will get type of function here. So we'll get undefined in function. All right, next question. We're cruising this morning. Let's get this code out of the way. All right, we have a for loop here where we initialize a variable I using var. We go up till 3, and then we increment I++, and then we log the, then we call this function log. Then we actually see the function declaration here. It just console logs I, but we're not even having we don't even have a parameter here. So I, it's referencing the var in the actual for loop. And the question here is, what is printed by the loop? One value per line. And so if we take a look at this code, we can copy paste it into the editor here to work through it. So we learned that var is hoisted. So JavaScript will see var I is equal to undefined. So that's what JavaScript sees. The for loop then runs. Also, if you want to think about it, we don't have to copy paste it, but we can. This is also hoisted. So we have the log function, console log I, we have var undefined, and then we have var I equals 0, yada, 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 looping through it. So var is actually hoisted up to global scope, and it's set as undefined, but then we've assigned it a value here, and immediately on the first loop, we increment it. So it's 0, 1, then 2, right? Because the first one is 0, then we go up 2 more. If you only do for loops, that's a different problem. But this is pretty straightforward for loop. But we log I. So I actually goes up, even though it's global scope and function log has no idea about it other than through global scope, has no parameter. So you have 0, 1, 2, and I'll run this one in, I can run this one in the console just to see what it looks like, just so we can have an example here. I open this up on Edge, and Edge is garbage, so give me a second here. Open DevTools. So we have 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, ran twice. I could also do something like console log. We can do I. And as we can see, we have undefined 0, 1, 2. That's what we've been seeing previously in our other questions. All right. A little trickier, but nothing we can't handle. Let's close the log. All right, next question. We have a function expression here because makeAdder is returning a function. So we have makeAdder 5, then we have console log, this method we just created here, this expression. We're passing 3 into it. So we're passing 5 into makeAdder, we're passing 3 into the next function. And then we actually have a function declaration here, makeAdder x, return function y, return x plus y. So the function here is hoisted along with everything in it. The rest of the code is valid now because we have makeAdder up top. So we pass in 5. 5 is then, since this is hoisted, 5 is still here, so x is still 5. We return this function y, which is adder now, or add 5. We pass 3 into add 5. And now y is 3, so we have 5 plus 3, and we get 8. Just like that. And I believe that should conclude quiz number 2. Yep, that does. Awesome. If you like the breakdown of these questions, if you enjoyed your questions, let me know in the comments. Always remember to subscribe and like. I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks.